Pro boxing fans, we are here in Riyadh. It's another big fight week. With me, my good old friend Teddy Atlas. Do you want your thoughts on Anthony Joshua and where he goes from now? From talking to Eddie Hearn in the past couple of months, the sort of notion is that either he waits for a Tyson Fury fight and waits till probably the summer or spring or summer, or there's a fight in between there and then he gets a Fury fight. How do you see, or how would you sort of navigate Anthony Joshua's career from this point after a heavy loss against Daniel Dubois?
How would I navigate Joshua? First of all, Eddie's done a great job. They don't need my advice. They don't need I'm just being honest and trying to be honest about it. They don't need me to give them a roadmap. They've created a pretty damn good roadmap and have gotten to all the right places on that map. Eddie's done a tremendous job, but more importantly for me with Eddie, he's been loyal. Yeah, I know he's made a lot of money with Joshua and vice versa. They both made money with each other. But when it's gone bad, and it's gone bad for Joshua a few times, not just once, a couple times, and when it's gone bad, there's two constants, I must say, in his life that have been, well, maybe it's three, that have been, and I look at that stuff, loyalty. To me, loyalty is the lifeblood of really being a human being, being really what's important in life. Being there for somebody when it's hard to be there for somebody. Because when you're loyal, you show strength, because it ain't always easy to be loyal. So the constants for me in Joshua's life is where when things have gone bad, Eddie has always been, again, they both made money, but he's never lost faith in him. He's constantly been there for him. And you know who else has been there? His family. But you know who else? The fans. I give you credit to fans. The English fan. We fool with each other with my podcast about crumpets, and all that stuff, and all snooker, and you guys, you darts, and you got golf, and we fool around. We have fun with each other. But I admire those fans. They're always loyal. My God, they drive me crazy. They say, Teddy, what are you going to give the benefit? When are you going to give the love to Anthony? Anthony, what are you going to give? We love you, Teddy, but you must give Anthony more credit. Sometimes I'm just trying to tell the truth. I'm trying to say what I believe. It doesn't mean I'm against your guy at all. But I give credit that those constants have been in his life, that he's blessed in that way. But here's my answer to your question. What is the plan? You know what the plan is for me? And again, Eddie don't need my input, but for me, to have a very, very frank, sober, sit-down, serious conversation. You've accomplished a lot. You've made a lot of money. Thank God. You're set for life, your family, everything. Do you want to do this? How important is it to you? Do you still want to do this for you? Not for money anymore, because you've made so much. Not for glory. You've had the glory. Not for accomplishment. You've won the gold medal. You've won the heavyweight. You came back, won the heavyweight again. You've done all those things. Most people will never be able to say that. So is it important for you when you go to bed at night, when you get up in the morning, when you start a day, when you look in the mirror, is it important that there's still unfinished business? Is there? For you, in your life? Is there? Is there? Because when you answer that question, then I can tell you, okay, here's the plan. Here's the plan. Let's go. And that's the most important thing. That is the most important thing. And look, there's work to be done. There's corrections to be made. I give credit, I also give credit on the other side. I don't know Joshua, and we've had our things where he hasn't loved me. Being just honest with what I thought was the truth. Doesn't mean I'm right. Just saying I'm saying the truth. No bias, no sides, no, as they say, no horse in a race. Just doing what I've done for 50 years, saying about my sport, about my business that I've been in since I'm a kid, what I believe at the end of the day. But I'll give him credit for this. I talked about the people in his life being loyal to him, and that's a gift. You know what? I give him credit. He loses this fight. He stayed loyal to his trainer, which I think was the right thing to do with Ben Davidson and the people with him, because they were there when he was doing good. Why should they be dismissed? And I know there was other guys that aren't there, and I get it, but it would have been easy to kind of shift the blame and kind of throw them overboard, if you will, or whatever you want to call it, but where you change direction in that way, putting emphasis, and maybe, again, that word, the blame over there. No, he accepted, and he didn't do that. And that showed me some strength. That's the strength that he needs to be champion again, that kind of strength. To me, that's the most important. People ask me sometimes, come back, Ted, will you train a fighter? I ain't training nobody unless I think they have those qualities. And to me, it ain't how fast they are, how powerful they are, how big they are. No, it starts with how big are you in those areas. And I give credit to him. I don't know him other than what I see. And in his action in that way showed me something I like to see and that I appreciate. That's a good thing, that he stayed loyal in that way. But there are things that if you do want to come back, there are two things. One is navigating the fights, which fights. You just brought it out 100%. Your choices, and you have choices. You're blessed. You still have choices where people want to see, especially in England. But where it starts with is two things. One, how important is it in your life, like I said earlier? And two, correct those technical mistakes that have to be corrected, that probably had to be corrected when you were winning. But you didn't know it. See, I have a fight in the gym, right? And I'll jump in the ring, and they'll say, doing sparring, oh, you embarrassed me? What? What do you mean I embarrassed you? I don't care if I embarrass. I jumped in the ring to stop you and to correct you right now before you really get embarrassed and you get hurt when it's for real in a fight because you're doing something wrong. But I didn't get hit and you jumped in the ring. Yeah, you know why? Because he didn't throw the damn punch. But the mistake is still the mistake. And it's got to be corrected. And unless I jump in the ring right now, the way I just did, you ain't going to freaking know that it has to be correct. You're going to think it's okay. And then you're going to make the same damn mistake in a fight one day. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe the next day, maybe next year. It's got to be corrected right now. Those technical things that he was getting away with, he's a good fighter, but he was getting away with some of those things. You know, I could go spend an hour talking and breaking it down, but we're not here for that. But those things he's got to be, they have to be as honest with themselves in those areas as they are in other areas. They got to understand that that's even more important than navigating which guy is the right guy first. No, first you have to say, it's one guy, this guy. You have to go back and see the mistakes, correct them, and then whoever the guy is that you pick, you'll be ready for. But if you don't do that, whoever the guy is, there's still going to be a danger. There's always a danger, but there's still going to be the possibility of more danger, of more heartbreak, of more defeat, unless you go and deal with the first guy yourself and see what it is that does need to be dealt with, that does need to be corrected.